Yeah. So this is podcast 4 here. I'll let you take it.
No, it's 4. Today we're going to be covering basically reinventing yourself. Pretty stoked about this topic. I was kind of like on the edge a little bit because this can be really encouraging or really discouraging depending on how you approach it. So I kind of had a few guidelines, I guess you would say, on how you can set your goals, your milestones, whatever you want to call it, to not get discouraged. So number 1, you have to have belief in whatever you're setting. So when I say belief, like, you got to have buy-in, whatever you want to call it, into whatever goals you're setting. So a lot of people will be like, oh, I want to lose weight or this or that. But do you really want to do it? You have to really believe that you want to do it, and you have to really believe that you can do it.
And do whatever it takes to do it.
Exactly.
Willing to do whatever it takes to do it, for sure.
And even if you do have that belief, you still might have some struggles, which is what goes into number 2. You got to have skin in the game. Similar to our $1,000 bet on drinking, you had a $1,000 bet on your book. We have a $500 bet on no fast food, no processed food, no sugar, working out 3 times a week. And that even goes into something we've talked about before, which was what you focus on expands. So I can go into the no drinking. That was easy for me, but I was focused on the no eating, working out 3 times a week. Now I'm working out 5 times a week. I'm running. At first it was just sit-ups, pull-ups, and all that. But now I'm running every week. My diet's better. I'm actually debating on doing no carbs right now. We'll see how that goes. I already lost 40 pounds on the intermittent fasting thing. So having skin in the game is going to force you to do the things that you actually want to do. Number 3 is it's got to be something that's going to challenge you, right? So if you're just doing a bunch of stuff that's really easy to you, you're going to succeed, but you really didn't accomplish anything. So that's not going to keep you moving forward into bigger and better things. You're going to be like, oh, I accomplished these easy milestones, easy goals, and I'm done. I did what I set out to do. And that goes also into the support system, which is my 4th thing that you need to do. And that's getting your friends involved, getting other people involved, building a support system that is going to push you. And I mean, we started with the no drinking thing, and we have how many going on now?
I want to say, I think there's like 11 people.
Not just the people, but how many other mechanisms do we have going on?
I got a list of them, and I've succeeded on most of them already.
6, 7 we got going on. Yeah. And because you kind of followed those guidelines, you've succeeded on all of them, and the few that are still going on, I know you're going to succeed. I think the most challenging one that we have right now is the 6-pack.
Fucking abs, yeah.
Yeah, the 6-pack. And I think actually we're getting more and more challenging as we go on. And those goals are expanding and getting even harder, bigger. Your wife even was like, 3 months?
Yeah.
Guys, sure you don't want to do like 6 months?
Right.
And we're like, no, we can get this in 3.
I mean,
you just start believing in yourself.
And I have no intention in losing, but if I do lose, then I'm donating $500, and all that's going to tell me is I didn't make my pain big enough. I didn't make my wager big enough to make sure I did the work hard enough. I like the way you're formatting the entire thing, and that's the thing. When I was thinking about the whole reinventing yourself idea, I was more looking at it from. I've heard a lot of information of people like, living freaking on the streets and then going to multimillionaire status, and literally, if you're stuck in life at any point in time, like where you feel like you can't get past the barrier, and I'm not even talking about necessarily just getting to the layer where you're trying to do big goals like quitting drinking and stuff like that. Maybe you just even need to get to the point where where you think you can't even approach that goal. Literally, just like these super tiny little things will start resetting your brain. And it's funny because you and I are kind of on a different perspective of this. We're on the same perspective. We just have the two different perspective views of it. Literally, get a different toothbrush. Start brushing with different toothpaste. And I bring it back to these basic little elements all the time. Start eating different foods. Take a different route to travel to work. Just all you're doing is you're starting the programming to reset how you're seeing everything around you. Where somebody at work or whatever you absolutely freaking hate, start trying to see them in a different light. Start listening to a different radio station consistently. If you're not reading books, always start reading books. I think that's probably one of the biggest foundational, transformational things that you can ever do. And I know a lot of people, I don't want to read a book. Well, okay, how long do you want to be stuck right where you're at? And I know there's a lot of people out there really super content with where they are, but they're kind of overlooking the fact that they are going to wind up sitting there at some point in time, maybe daily, maybe once a week, something like that, when they go like, man, I really look around on their environment. I could do better than this. But then it's just like one of those little fleeting things where just as soon as they start thinking about I could do better, they don't take it far enough to even get the inspiration, get the motivation to start actually doing something different. And that's when I start going back to the basic little tiny things. Drive to work a different direction. Clean your cabinets out and clean your medicine cabinet out. Clean your drawers out in your house. It's like one of those fresh start things. Super simple thing to do. Take you freaking 10 minutes, but it's like a transformational thing.
Rearrange your desk at work.
Absolutely.
I don't mean to cut you off or anything, but something that you said kind of sparked the belief thing that I was talking about. And you said we just kind of have a different view on it, but we're still on the same perspective. And going into our no fast food, no sugar, working out 3 times a week, we have the same goal or the same milestone, and we're both supporting each other in that, but we're taking it 2 separate ways. Where you're getting way bigger. You want to get big. I want to be a cardio freak. Same goal. We're going 2 separate ways, but we're supporting each other. You believe in getting big. That's what you want to do with that one goal. I want to turn into a cardio freak. I'm losing weight. You're getting bigger. Same scenario. We're both getting healthier. But
I need to add that cardio freak thing to mine.
I'll help you on the 6-pack thing.
I know. I've been picking everybody's brain on what exactly I need to do because I don't got a lot of time.
It's tough, dude. I started running 2 weeks ago when we started the thing. First day, I ran around the park once. I was just gassed. Monday night, I ran around 2 times, nothing. Got some water, ran around again, walked the 4th one halfway, ran around again. I was dude, way better than where I started in 2 weeks. And it's just pushing yourself. And it's something I believe in. It's something I really want to do, so I keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. It works.
Just adding another layer. I'm big
and
on... Go ahead.
I don't want you to get 6-pack, and I don't have one.
Yeah, that would suck.
That would suck. It really sucks.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so having that support system, it also gives you a challenge aspect to it, to where you're competing not just against yourself, but against another person too. I mean, we're super competitive, so it helps us. Maybe you're not that person, maybe that's not going to move you, but having that support system will. Doing it with someone else will at least give you the motivation to do it.
The crazy thing about the 1 Year Club with drinking is I think there's 11 people doing it. When I was really trying to quit drinking, I had people say, man, be careful, because if you quit drinking, all your friends will go away. You lose all your friends.
Sure.
And essentially what happened was all our friends came with us. And I mean, there were people with varying levels of wanting to drink. You know, some people that drink every fucking day, some people that drink Friday through Sunday, you know, some people that drink once every 2 weeks, no big deal. But at the same time, it's like people, hey Alan, you got that, make sure you wash that F-150 when you bring it over to me when you lose. And right now I'm almost 6 months, almost 6 months in right now, and I've only drank once in 2019. And it's like, yeah, that's huge, dude. Have a support group, people doing it with you,
especially where you were at before. To just change like that was crazy.
Dude,
I was
trying.
more on that like 2 week. I'll drink every 2 weeks. It was an easy one for me. I had bought into it though. I mean, I had belief in it, and I believed that you could do it, Derek could do it, all these people involved could do it. It's just supporting each other and having that skin in the game really changed everything. Because I had done it before by myself. What, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And
yeah, you were my designated driver on the lake.
Yeah. It was tough, but I mean, I did it.
Everybody's being drunk and idiots, and you're just all good.
And that's the other part of the belief thing is, if you don't believe in it, if it's not something that you actually want to do, you're likely not going to do it. And that's where it can get discouraging. So when you're setting your goals, you have to know that it's going to be something you're going to do, or you're going to have a bunch of goals that you don't do, and you're going to get discouraged, and you're going to be like, oh, I didn't accomplish anything, which is arguably 98% of the population setting their New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
I don't know very many people that complete their New Year's resolutions.
I don't either, actually, to come to think of it. There are some. I knew this girl that was working at a golf course. She said that she was almost a year into not drinking just based off of a New Year's resolution. And there's people that can totally do that just on their own little volition, just get it done.
But it has to be something that you really, really want to do. And that still might not be enough. That's where the skin in the game and having the support system and making it challenging on yourself get you past that.
It's like, as far as on another layer on the reinventing yourself, and this is I say another layer all the time, because basically what I'm focusing on, here's where I'm at with it. I've been in the industry that I'm in right now for 24 years. I'm arguably just short of owning a company at the top of the food chain. I can't go any higher than I am.
You have owned your own company though.
Yeah, I have owned my own company. Anyways, but I turned 43, and I looked at, for a while, because my eyes started kind of going a little bit, and I couldn't read up close. And I was like, okay, now I'm on the downhill side of this. That's kind of the way I was thinking of it. And then I heard, like, average people are going to live 80 to 90 years. And with that being said, I started thinking, I'm like, shit, it was a long time ago when I started in this industry at 18 years old. And that's a long time ago. Like, that amount of time from here to there, I literally have more time left in my life to do something freaking fantastic than I've spent here. And once I started thinking about it like that, I got LASIK surgery. I don't need glasses anymore. And that was the thing that kind of led me to change everything this year. From the way I was last year, I'd get home, sit there and drink and fucking play around on my phone and do absolutely nothing. Well, I had a business for a year that didn't do any freaking revenue whatsoever. This year, it's done revenue, nothing super significant. I'm not going to talk about all the other stuff that's going on right now. But what I really wanted to do was make sure that I continued to add a layer. So once I accomplish this one thing, I'm going to add another fucking layer. And then I'm going to add another one. And I'm going to stay with that freaking... And it's so empowering that especially when you do something that you've just talked about doing for the last fucking decade, year, whatever the fuck. And I'm not trying to talk any shit, but everybody has that. Everybody has something that they want to do, and they haven't done it. I mean, shit, go hang out at a barbecue and sit there and fucking just bullshit and sit there and talk and drink and listen to how much shit everybody wants to do that they're not fucking doing. Yeah. Like, literally, just you can sit there and go, Timmy has like 6 things. You know, Jacob has like 7 things that he wants to do, and he's been talking about it the last fucking eight years of fucking barbecues. Like, it's real, dude. And like, I think people are fooling themselves when they're thinking, I'll just get to that. Well, when? When are you gonna get to that? Fucking when you're clocking into your fucking Walmart greeter job? So really, as far as reinventing yourself, adding layers, consistently, make sure that your goal is to not be anything close to the fucking dude you were the person you were last year. Mm-hmm. If you're the person this year that you were last year, you have failed.
Absolutely. And
you have discounted yourself, underestimated your ability, and you're losing the freaking game. And the crazy thing about it is I just started figuring out how to make money, how to make my money make me money, and I don't even want to talk about it yet. But I'm gonna show you guys some checks here one of these days, and I just have to leave it at that. I got a promise to myself. Anyways, just do it. Just take action. Move forward. Little teeny steps, little teeny layers. Building success on success on success, instead of trying to always build from a failure, like a flat line, and try to build from a failure, then you go back to failure. Try to build from a failure. You try to go to the gym 5 times or 3 times a week or whatever. I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times a week for the next fucking year, and you don't have any leverage in there to make sure that you fucking do it, and you do that for a week. And then you fall off, and you don't come back to it because you're disappointed in yourself. And that's the life you're living, is your disappointment, consistent disappointment in what you're not achieving.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is no matter where you are, if you're a multi-millionaire, fucking have from the outside looking in, and you look like you have everything going on for yourself, really evaluate that, because there's things about you that you want to change. And if there's not, I don't know how the fuck you got to being a multimillionaire to begin with. Mm-hmm. And if you're sitting there, I don't need to, but you're even like talking to yourself about it, maybe that's a good direction to go. Maybe that's your fucking inner self, your infinite network, your universe, your God, whatever, telling you this is the direction to go. Take this step over this direction.
I mean, even multimillionaires can get complacent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's honestly one of my biggest fears too, is becoming wealthy and then going, I made it. Mm-hmm. And then like you listen to all these other people that are freaking have substantial levels of wealth, they just never stop. It's always another layer, another layer, another layer. Think about it this way. So I'm dating myself by bringing up Mario Brothers. Maybe I need to talk about Fortnite or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know if Fortnite has levels. I think it does. I don't know. My son was an expert at it, but he's obsessed with it, so I took it away. Anyways, let's just take Mario Brothers. How long did it take you to become expert level at the first level of Mario Brothers? Did you just continue to play that first level over and over and over and over again? That's the way a lot of people are. Mm-hmm. Like you get good at this part of your life and just play that fucking level over and over again. I've been doing it for fucking 24 fucking years. Playing a level over and over and over again. Actually adding small layers to it, obviously, but I could have got to this level in my industry in fucking 5 years.
Yeah.
And I know it was like the 4-year apprenticeship program and this and that and this and that, but it's more about diligence. It's more about seeing the opportunities. It's more about stepping into the opportunities. That's how I got to where I am, but I could have done it a lot faster. Do you just continue to play that first level of Mario Brothers over and over and over again? Even though you're going into the second level, it's going to be hard to figure it out. You're going to fail over and over and over and over again until you get to the point where you can blast through that fucking second level. Like literally like 55 seconds or something like that. You can get from the very beginning of the first level to jump on the flag at the end of the level on the first level. But it took you fucking days and days and days to even get to that first level the first time. Go to the second level. Go to the fucking third level. Stop being a little bitch and fucking do stuff. And it doesn't even have to be anything big. I know you're saying like your goal has to be rewarding enough. Yeah. For it to be like, man, I just did something I didn't think I could fucking do.
Yeah, and that will push you to the next goal of doing something that you didn't think you could do.
And then if you're having a hard time getting to the point where you even start that and think that you can actually get to the end of it, just start changing the little things in your life. You know what I mean? Just start thinking about people a little bit differently. Drive a different route to work. Start listening to a different radio station when you're in the car. Get a different toothbrush. If you go from a regular brushy toothbrush to an electric toothbrush. It's weird, but those fucking little things are like, it's empowering. It changes how you're thinking. Mm-hmm. You're not stuck in that little fucking bullshit anymore. And I know that there's plenty of people that'll look at this podcast. It's fine. I don't give a shit. We're all the same fucking thing. We're all saying the same thing. We're all repeating the same steps that fucking hundreds of millions of people have repeated before us. Just trying to continue to put it in perspective. And the crazy thing about it is, so right now, the last 2 years, I've gone through about 50 books. Before that, I never fucking finished a single book. Because I was like, fucking stupid books. And the crazy thing is, I don't even know if I brought this up before. I'm sorry, my coffee's kicking in on me.
No, you're good.
The first book that I went through, I listened to them. I don't read because I don't know how to read. Anyways, I'm just kidding. What was it? Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi. I got that picture of him at that Tony Robbins event. That was the first book on this topic that I listened to. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh yeah, sounds all great, man. You're already wealthy. You're already in the pocket, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Good for you, you know? And then I got another one. And I'm like, And then I did another one. And then I did another one. And then I did another one. And I'm like, you know what? The crazy thing is all these fucking super wealthy people are saying the same fucking shit. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what gave me confidence to be able to write the book that I wrote. Because before I would have been afraid, like, oh, am I just like repeating something that somebody else said? Everybody's saying the fucking same shit. Everybody is saying the same fucking shit. Every fucking wealthy person on this planet did it with a different vehicle, did it in a different mentality. Everybody's fucking doing it, saying the same shit. Everybody's continuously adding layers. Everybody's consistently reinventing themselves. If they look at themselves last year and they're the same person this year that they were last year, they consider themselves a failure all the way across the board. Read fucking books. Read autobiographies. Fucking, I'm on some Warren Buffett one right now. That dude's fucking, like, I'm still trying to grasp onto this dude's level. He fucking wears the same fucking clothes, like not the same clothes. He's like wears some tired ass fucking suits that don't even fucking fit him tailored anymore. He reads the same fucking page. He does all this weird shit that I don't know, and I'm kind of taking it off topic, but he's just fascinating. But really, step outside your comfort zone on these things. Start changing the way you. If you like where you're at in life, by all means, proceed. Continue as is. It's totally up to you. However you want to do it.
There's
Sorry, I started yelling at you right there.
You're good. So there's another really interesting perspective, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it's just something that was in my head when I was going into the belief thing. And that is, when you believe in those goals and you start reinventing yourself, you got to do it to what you want to do, so that you're becoming the person that you want to be. Because likely the goals that are being set for you right now are what someone else wants you to be. If you're not reinventing yourself to who you want to be, I know it's a big topic that everyone says, because you said everyone's saying the same thing, but if you're not reinventing yourself to who you want to be, you're likely not being authentic. And that's one of the number one things to being successful, is you got to be authentic. You got to be yourself. You got to be who you want to be. Going back to the thing where you want to be big, you want to put on massive muscle. I don't. We use the same goal to
We use the same mechanism.
We wanted for ourselves. I don't want to be you. You don't want to be me. But we're reinventing ourselves in a way that we're being who we want to be. If I just did everything that you wanted to do, I'm turning into who you want to be.
And dude, and that's really fucking solid way to put this into perspective for everybody. Because even with the drinking thing, everybody had varying goals associated with the drinking thing. Me, I just wanted to be able to focus on achievements this year, and I was wasting time sitting there fucking drinking. And I wanted to completely erase that toxic behavior. That's one of the first things that you're always supposed to do, is figure out what toxic behaviors that you have and get them the fuck out of your life, because it's going to tear you down the entire time. Alcohol is one of those, it's like the biggest fucking shit talking. I'm gonna fucking dominate the world. I'm gonna be a badass. And then once the buzz goes away, you do fucking nothing.
Yeah.
It's just, and that was what was frustrating me. I'm like, dude, like I know I can do all this stuff. I know I can move forward. And I'm sitting, everybody comes over, hang out, drink, have a fucking great time, talk about all the shit that we're gonna fucking do, and then fucking next week don't do a fucking thing about it. That's what was frustrating me. And
well, drinking's a social thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's another level to this whole thing. Don't make your goals a social goal. Don't just say it.
Right. Don't.
If it's something that you want to do, go out there and do it. Like you say, it's even on one of our shirts. There is no results without action.
Absolutely.
If you're just sitting there drinking, that's why we started with the drinking thing. You're likely saying a bunch of things that you want to do, and there's never going to be any action with it.
Yeah, write them down. Write down. Take a fucking notepad or pull up your fucking notes on your iPhone or your Samsung at the next barbecue that you're at. And while you're having discussions, just sitting there and you get all nostalgic and all happy and you start talking about the things that you want to do, type that fucking thing into your phone. And then 2 days later, when you're fucking over your hangover, look at it and see what you're going to do about that. Probably just think about it the rest of the week till the next fucking barbecue, and then talk shit about what you're gonna do.
I mean,
and
even write down other people's goals there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, become that support system for them, push them into that other level.
And when we're talking about support system, we're not talking about like, oh man, I really feel for you, dude, cry on my shoulder type of shit. We're talking about, hey bro, you got that fucking $1,000 you owe me? You fucked up yet, motherfucker? Stupid motherfucker. Like, just messing around. Be totally facetious about it. It doesn't have to take an emotional toll on you to be able to be a support system for somebody else. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got a friend that literally every single time I talk to him, he's like, I'm not doing so good. I'm like, fucking goddamn it, dude. Like I'm like already over. I'm like, okay, dude, do something different. I'm already done. Like, I don't even care. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck, you're doing this entirely to yourself. I could give you all the advice in the world, and I'm just wasting my breath trying to help you. You're not even trying. You just want fucking people to feel sorry for you. And
it's a bad level to be on.
It is a bad level to be on, and it makes me really think, but what should I do differently? And honestly, I've had 3 friends in my life commit suicide, and I think about it. A couple different friends I know that if I was involved in their life, one of them really didn't give a shit what the fuck I thought in any way, so it wasn't like I could really influence them. But is that really my responsibility to try to figure out if somebody's on that level, to step into their life and try to coax them away from something that I don't know, that's a fucking crazy topic. That's a whole nother one for a whole nother podcast. It is. Mm-hmm. But bottom line is, if you're stuck and you're in that zone, change something. Start changing little fucking things. You might not be able to change your job. That's totally fucking fine. Change how you get to your job. Change how you deal with people. Maybe organize your fucking tools. Maybe clean out your car. Maybe whatever it is that you've been talking about wanting to do. Maybe the trunk of your car is just full of shit. Just clean out the fucking trunk of your car, vacuum it out, and make it nice and clean. Mm-hmm. Little things like that. Like, literally, when my desk gets disorganized, I start functioning disorganized.
Absolutely, you do.
But if I come out on Saturday morning, I take everything, wipe the whole thing down, make it all smell like Fabuloso, and put everything back. Then I have like a clean slate, and I get to move. And that's like a small reinvention of yourself. So you could reinvent. There's so many ways that you can reinvent the way you attack your day. And like that book, Make Your Bed, like we've already talked about it before. Start your day with accomplishments, add accomplishments on accomplishments on accomplishments. And don't be satisfied with just doing your job that day. I mean, how much fucking effort did it take you to do your job yesterday or last year? You know what I mean? It's about you. It's not about where you go with your life.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, if you actively look for something, look for another layer to add, look for another level to go into, if you actively are on the look for it, they fucking pop the fuck up all the time. It's not so much like pray to God or whatever and your prayers will be answered. It kind of is. It is like that. But it's not like asking fucking God to get you out of fucking jail. It's not asking God to not get you pulled over because you're driving drunk. You know, it's fucking it's asking for the support of your environment. Like I was saying before, dude, I have more vehicles to create wealth now than I can facilitate. And last year I had one. All I was doing was just actively open to it. I wasn't even necessarily digging, sitting there on Google for day after day after day, going, what can I come up with here? What could I come up with here? What could I come up with here? Literally, I think just in the projects that we have, I'm developing skills. You're developing skills that apply in fucking in a marketing space, that apply in executive level space, that just apply all the way around. That it's like, fuck, dude, I could turn this into a business.
Yeah.
I could turn this into a fucking business.
Some of these things weren't even goals that we set out. Like, we just started learning things on this path, learning other things. But you didn't even realize you accomplished all these things in between these two goals that make you super successful that you didn't even set goals for. But because you were trying to accomplish these two goals, you accomplished these things in the middle, and you accomplished so much more than what you even set out to do.
And then you can look back at what you've done. I forget the fucking guy's name. He was an armless, legless UFC wrestler. Do you know who I'm talking about? He wasn't like a Kevin or Kyle.
UFC?
Not UFC. MMA fighter.
Okay.
Anyways, so he hiked
has one arm.
He hiked Mount Kilimanjaro, right?
Okay.
I believe I have that right. He tried a couple times and failed, and then he finally did it. And somebody asked him, like, most people with two legs walking up the mountain can't do that.
Yeah.
And they're like, how did you do that? And he's like, what I did was I kept looking back to focus on how far I've come rather than focusing on how far I have to go.
That's awesome.
And I thought that was really freaking powerful. So literally right now, if you have the opportunity, sit there and take a look back on everything that you've done all the way to this point. Have you raised a kid? That's huge.
That is very big.
It's very big. And especially if you've done it against really adversarial circumstances, that's even bigger. If you've done it like from a poverty level income, that's even bigger. Then there's just so many avenues you can take with reinventing yourself. There's so many new things to do. And I think one of the things that would hang me up too sometimes is I would be like, I want to have what that guy has over there, that super wealthy guy, but I don't want to do it like that. I want to do my stuff all original. You know what I mean? And I think I was getting hung up on, I need to figure out a better invention. I want to make my wealth off of something that nobody else has fucking done. And then really once I got out of my own way on that and started looking at vehicles like real estate, I'm like, holy shit. Like I literally had the fucking 3-wing binder, the Carlton Sheets fucking use other people's money program in front of me, purchased, ordered. I had that fucking thing when I was 19 years old.
And you're just now moving on it.
This is what I'm saying, dude. like seriously, like I had an electric company and I made $500,000 a year in 1999 and 2001 when I was 23 years old. And I followed a girl. I gave all my business away and followed a girl that I'd never wound up staying with to Phoenix. And this was all in Flagstaff. There's nothing significant more than just me just doing it. And find what drives you, find what's going to push you forward. some of these really wealthy guys say that the worst place that you can be in life is comfortable. So, but it's the illusion of you being comfortable. You're thinking that you're comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go home, collect my low middle class. Well, that didn't work out. I think that might have been a 30-minute mark. I'm not sure, but being comfortable is the worst place that you can be.
Yeah.
Being uncomfortable in your circumstances is what's going to help push you out of that comfort, out of that discomfort zone, into a level where you pass the comfort level. Because I mean, even wealthy people will get to that comfort level and they stay stagnant. Mm-hmm. If you're in a discomfortable level, I mean, you might just be your same circumstances that you have right now with your life. You're just fooling yourself that you're comfortable with them because you don't want to take the action to do something else. Mm-hmm. Really sit there and start thinking about, are you actually comfortable with where you're at? Are you actually comfortable with 10, 20, 30, 50, $100,000 worth of fucking debt that you probably will never pay off because the whole entire, the people giving you that debt have their thumb on the scale and it's all weighted against you. If the system is set up so you never get out of debt. Literally the way it is.
That
so you
correlates with another thing was you got to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with your goals, what you want to accomplish, you're probably going to be that guy that keeps setting those same goals every single year.
And not accomplishing them.
As you have a goal moving forward, are you actually doing things to get there? Or are you just lying to yourself every day like, oh, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get there. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, you're making me think that I need to start running.
Well,
to get to my abs.
Well, it was something that kind of sparked when we did the whole no drinking thing. People were always asking you, like, how do you know they're being honest? Really, that doesn't matter. Are you being honest?
Exactly.
That's all you have to worry about. Your support system is important, but you got to be honest with yourself for that to even work. If you're not being honest with yourself, it doesn't matter. And people are all concerned about the other $1,000, and that's kind of where we started getting into the charity aspect and stuff as well. But they're all worried about, oh, what if they're not being honest and I'm not? That's not the point of the whole thing. The point is you succeeding.
And then people go like, how much do you win? Well, no, I get to keep my money and I have a badass fucking success, which is, in my opinion, worth fucking shit tons of fucking, like more money than I could fucking, more than $1,000 for damn sure. I mean, crap, you can't buy abs. If you could buy abs, I know there's a lot of fucking programs out there. Oh, you just take this pill, whatever, you had fucking bullshit and stuff, dude.
It's hard work.
If you could buy abs without fucking liposuction and shit like that, people would be like,
well,
I'm saving up for my abs, just like I'm saving up for my boob job.
There are the implants. They'll put implants in there. But fat will grow around them eventually.
Yeah. Well, the fat will still be there,
yeah,
regardless. And that's really mainly, pretty much we all already have abs. It's just how much fat are they buried underneath.
Exactly.
So it comes heavily down to diet. I was watching this one thing, and a guy was like, here's my assistant. He's like, and I don't remember how many calories per minute or whatever you burn fucking doing burpees or something like that, 15 calories a minute. I could be totally wrong on this, but he's like, yeah, just keep doing burpees. He's like, how long? And he's like, just keep doing them. Just keep doing them. And then he collapsed and he's like, oh, okay. So he pulls out this little thing of fucking gummy bears, throws some gummy bears on his hand. He's like, you won 3 gummy bears. That's fucking whatever the calories were that he just burned. Mm-hmm. And he's like, my lesson here is you can sit here and do cardio like a motherfucker, but all you got to do is just not eat the 3 fucking gummy bears.
Yeah.
And you've already done that work by not eating the fucking gummy bears.
Don't eat the gummy bears and do the cardio.
And that's the other layer.
That's the other layer right there.
That's the other layer. Fuck, I think we got to go to work, bro.
Do we?
I don't even know what time it is. We need to get a clock in here.
Probably. But oh yeah, I mean, we're doing this in the morning. What, we started at like 4:40,
something like that,
around there. So we're getting it in every day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Casts come out once a week, and they're going to continue to come out once a week, regardless what anybody fucking else thinks, because we're doing this for us.
Exactly.
And for you, actually, if you get to me, the way I see it is, if one person watches the podcast
and it changes them
and changes one behavior in their life, that's a success for me all day long. And not that, and I say it over and over again, everything's already fucking been done. We're nothing special. We're not telling you something that's not already out there. We're just hoping that we help you with whatever journey that you have, whatever journey that you want to start. I think just in this last 6 months, a lot of us have done some pretty fucking incredible things. And I'm excited to see the fucking snowball effect over and over and over again.
Yeah.
What's that?
Keep going.
Dude, I'm addicted to this shit, dude. I have to, it's like I have to have a fucking mechanism in place at all times. Like I have to.
We got like 7, so
And
I'm sure we'll throw more in, but
and you got to keep track of them for sure. And it doesn't cost anything unless you fail. And the idea is to always succeed.
Yep.
And I wasn't even trying to jump on the whole mechanism thing, but it's not just a mere betting for something that you want to accomplish. There's just an infinite way to flip this thing in so many different ways that you can literally apply this to any fucking thing in your existence, anything whatsoever. Do you have like a software system that you want to get implemented at your company, but you've been talking about it and haven't fucking done fucking much about it in a year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe put a mechanism in place. You lose a fucking $1,000 if it's not fucking in queue in 3 months. You know what I mean? Maybe maybe you just want to stop drinking soda. Find somebody. Literally, all you have to do is have somebody that won't fucking downgrade you. Go, you'll never fucking do that. Just stay the fuck away from people like that. Actually, just go. I appreciate your input. Just stay the fuck away from me. Just miss me with that shit. Mm-hmm. Have somebody that literally wants you to have the goal that you're asking to do, and at that same time, that person will gladly fucking make you fucking take that money to whatever charity that you pick. Or if you want to get the bet with them directly, take the money from you. The whole thing about it is when it goes to charity, like with me and you, if you fail and the money goes to me, then I actually benefit from your failure.
Yeah.
So the idea of it going to charity makes it to where nobody benefits from your failure. And I just want to make that clear.
If you're having problems finding a support system, if you don't have that in your life, I'm pretty positive that you could find just about anyone willing to take your money if you put money up, and they're gonna follow up with you. Hey, did you fail? Hey, did you fail? You can find anyone that's willing to take your money on that.
The MechanismMindset.com, if you have issues with not being able to find somebody like that,
reach out to us.
Just message us. Comes directly to us. We'll answer. It's about the simplest freaking website that you could ever find yourself on. It literally only has a messaging feature on it. So, I think, that's it. And have a good day.
Yeah,
ultimately,
I'm thinking we're probably going to come back to this topic again. I think we could go on.
Good topic.
On this forever, and actually, pretty much every podcast we do relates to this in some way. So I'm sure we'll be covering this more in depth if you want more.
Do you know how many topics I have on my notes in my phones that we could do fucking podcasts on? Like if you think...
We still have like 3 topics that we haven't covered of mine. Probably got like 7 of yours.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch on the board right there. That's beyond what's on the...
We're going to have to do a podcast every day soon.
Well, we'll have to... I'm not going to discuss that right now, but if you think that the 1 Minute Millionaire book that I read, he said in there that everybody can write a book. Everybody has at least one book in them, and that's literally when I heard that on that book, I thought about it, and that night is when I sent you a text saying, "Hey, $1,000." I sent him a text, so it's legally fucking binding. Literally is. Hey bro, $1,000. I have a minimum 50-page book written in 6 weeks from today. I had a date on it. I think it was March 23rd or something like that.
I had it in 5 weeks.
And I had it in 5 weeks. So I had no fucking thought of ever writing a book. None whatsoever. Never even fucking thought about it. Listen to this book. He's like, Oh, you can, and like the thing that people about a book is one of those things where you do the work once.
Mm-hmm.
Like you talk about fucking passive income stream. It's like it's probably one of the best passive income streams that you can run across, as long as it's good and it's sellable. Robert Kiyosaki says that he's not a best writing author, he's a best selling author. So then that comes in the heavy marketing aspect of it as well. But if you sit there and think that you can't, like even this podcast, when we were talking about doing this to begin with, it's like, well, what do we talk about? What do we talk? And literally right now we have probably enough content to go the next 6 months.
Probably.
And still talk about a different topic. And every single freaking thing correlates back to fucking the mechanism.